Today's day 2 of the Coley blog, and I don't know about you guys, but I got a full raging hard on for intimate direct conversation through cellular devices.
Ever since the day I was born, I had a feeling like we need to get on.
And today's episode is going to be about politics. I know, fuck me in the face now. Why would I want to talk about such a garbage-ridden subject? Well, not every vlog is going to be political. In fact, most won't be. Most will be more personal, spiritual, and whatever comes out of my brain at that particular day. But today, I'm feeling like a hustlelutionary. I just dropped my hustlelutionary album yesterday, and today I'm dropping a super poop. What's a super poop? It's a super PAC, but instead of raising money to promote politicians, it's for me to go poop on them. Let that sink in. That's a real thing. Now it's a real thing. And the weird thing is, in this strange world, abstrange, that's a new word. It comes out. It kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. Like when you see everything else that's happening on in the world, and then you see me doing a super pooping on politicians. I think the most fucked up part of that piece is that it actually kind of makes sense right now. And I figured, you know what, in today's vlog, I'm going to explain a little background on my political beliefs so it doesn't come out of nowhere. And my political beliefs are not just to poop on politicians all the time, although that's one of the more funner ways to engage and messier. So, you also got to use rhetoric and speech and talk and things and things and things and things and things. I gotta do that to keep sane. That really just messes your brain up because existentially, I feel like we all should just tune the fuck out for bliss. I mean, if we're talking spiritually, it's best to just not even pay attention. Just to live your life to the fullest, joy, love for you and your neighbors, regardless of party, regardless of politics, and do the best you can with your tribe and friends and circle to just create love and a place of compassion and growth and goals and mutual enjoyment. But the tough thing is, it's a complicated world and we have to engage. We can't just sit in transcendental bliss. I think you have a duty as a citizen to say something, and that's the only reason why I do. I get a prompt to say, all right, I gotta say something about this. And usually it's the first thing that comes out of my face because it's direct and I'm not a politician. So for me it was, this shit's fucked. I gotta poop on some politicians, man. This is not right.
It's just messy. But while you're doing it, you gotta remember, this is serious political business. You're trying to enact change. This is peaceful protest. You're not hurting anybody. Don't commit violence. But I think with the foul acts that these politicians are doing, I think it needs a little bit more than signs. I think we gotta poop on these motherfuckers. So while you're doing it, you need to be prepared. You gotta have a truck full of comrades. You gotta have fibrous foods like a carrot juice, fiber-heavy foods and beverages. You gotta have your poop and suspenders, and a pre-rolled joint, because for me, the second I start smoking, I gotta take a shit. There's something about the smell of weed and knowing there's a crony politician around the corner that just makes me want to dump.
This is not right. And, from that thought, I actually do it. So today I dropped pooping on politicians, and I'm raising a super poop. So if you want to go donate to that, it's going to fund me pooping on more politicians. Very righteous and dirty cause.
Poop, 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 poop on politicians. Poop.
Hey, and for those of you looking to get monetarily involved and really support the cause, donate to my super PAC, Pooping on Politicians. Every dollar raised will go towards the travel costs of pooping on another politician, filming it, and bringing it right back to you guys. You can actually suggest the politicians you don't like, make sure they're a liar, cynical, and a douchebag, which means most of them will apply. We'll take that money and we'll go poop on them. Simple as that.
And, you know, macro-wise, my political beliefs are, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm what I call a pragmat. I'm a member of the Pragmatic Party, a satirical third party I created that I think one day could become a real party. And we're the Pragmatic Party, and we govern via logic and not ideology. So while the other sides are locked in this existential battle, zero-sum, conservative versus liberal, and pulling it forward and pulling it backwards and pulling it's not realistic. I mean, we each have a conservative and a liberal inside us in some ways or another. You know, we got to stop looking at one part of ourselves and demonizing the other. And that also spreads into this schism of the political parties. We're not red versus blue. We're all Americans. We're on the same team. And while China has communism and just one person deciding everything and one party just, you know, it's not good. We need democracy where we all participate. But the benefit they have is they can stick to plans, and they can make 10-year plans, and they can make 20-year plans, and they can do them. We fight a lot. We waste a lot of time fighting, just fighting, trying to destroy the other one. If you had a company where half of the company was undermining the other half the entire time, nothing would get done. And both parties do this shit. They both are terrible. So I think if we had a third party, you know, probably not even a presidential party, just a congressional Senate party, and if it could just win like a third of the seats in the House, and just like 4 to 6 seats in the Senate, not that ambitious, just a little chunk in the center. That would swing it, because now that all these votes are 51-49 in the Senate, and it's always maximalist, and in the House it's the same thing. It's all on party lines now. That we can't count on these fuckers to compromise or be bipartisan. They're not going to do it. They're pandering to you guys, who are also not going to fucking think outside your own dome box. So if the Pragmatic Party was there and just, the people in the center who are looking at all this going on saying, what do we do? Like, like we need to return to, facts and science and logic and building and things that need to get done and thinking about them from all sides and progress, If we won a third of the parties in just a couple of Senate seats and they always voted with the party that at that time was making the most sense, it would act like the referee. It would bring both of the parties to the table. Because if one party was just going to stonewall the other party, then the Pragmatic Party would vote with the other party that was making sense. If one party's trying to jam through something that's radical, and the other party is like, oh my God, what the fuck? And the Pragmatic Party decides that's radical, then they'll side with this side. They would go with whoever's being logical to help things move, and in doing so would shape the legislation to make more sense too. And the difficult part would be the Pragmatic Party can't be cynical. They can't ever use that as branding and become like the thing that they despise. They can't ever use Pragmatic Party to be like, well, we're the adult in the room and you two are just a bunch of children fighting all the time, and now we're going to really get whatever we want and do the same thing, just branding and politicking, lying. You just can't do that. They would have to really kind of stick to the ideal of pragmatism. And I'm not saying all politicians should be that way. I mean, idealism's good. I'm very idealistic. I have a lot of deep things I believe and it helps guide my life. But we need something to fix our political system. It's fucking broken. So that's the end result of what I'm going for. If you donate to my super poop, that's where the money will go, is that particular mission. The Pragmatic Party is the political wing of Revel Media, my media company. And the first endeavor and the first campaign we're going on is the Pooping on Politicians platform. Yeah, it's the first thing. Yeah, all that logic, and we're going to start with poop, Which brings me to a segment I call Philosophy. Often you'll see on my channel, I have the Philosophy sub-channel, and This is a segment where I talk on spirituality, Zen, psychology, being a human being in a body, knowing that you die at the end, and rectifying that with how do you live to this extreme and not shudder at the terror of holy fuck, you know? Yeah. Be Zen, motherfuckers. Philosophy. On today's philosophy, side note, this is one of the best waters ever. Now, I normally drink Wawa just out of brand loyalty. I just, always have a jug of water on me. Gotta stay hydrated. But this is some good shit. I mean, it's electrolyte water, naturally occurring pH 7.6, alkaline, so it's the exact pH as your body, so your body processes it easier. When I go to drink regular water now, it tastes sharp. It actually tastes sharp. Tastes like sharp water. That's how good this is for your overall balance. And it's got naturally occurring electrolytes because it's naturally from an aquifer, as opposed to distilled through machines and, pumped full of God knows what. But it's got calcium, magnesium, and potassium. It's a goddamn Gatorade without the sugar, man. It keeps you jacked up. This is all I drink. I don't drink coffee, occasional green tea, but no caffeine, rarely any drugs, no drinking or smoking, and when the wind calls, I get fucking plaster drunk like an Irishman, or high as fuck as a stoner like my old days, but no prude. But for the most part, stick with the water. Today's health fact, water. It sounds so simple, but we need to drink more. And that's a metaphor for philosophy. Purity. Vulnerability. Sensitivity. Innocence. That's what I think of when I think of water. And happen to take a piss. Which we can never get rid of. No matter how spiritual we get, we're always going to need something when we have to take a piss. That brings us right back to our humanity that we can't get rid of. And for today's pooping on politicians, I felt it was appropriate to speak on how everybody poops. We all do. Ego is a silly thing. We all got one. And every once in a while, it knows all our tricks. It knows it knows us so well because it's in us. It's like an enemy within. It knows all of our weak points. It knows all of our strong points. It knows how to, and you're like, yeah. It knows how to latch on and to shake it out and to keep it out. I just be humble and accept that, it's the silly human who poops. That's the name of the game. And then just deliver it real from there. It's so weird because attached to the ego is not just the ego things, ego. It's also the flip side. Ego. Which when we poop, it makes us feel shame. We feel shame about pooping. You're on a date. I mean, that's certainly, there's a logical reason for that. That's going to throw the Barry White vibe off when you take a big dump in the middle. But, in general, we all poop. And we know we all poop, but we don't talk about how we all poop. And if we go to poop, there's this it's like you're on a mission, like you're a spy to eradicate the poop terrorist and come back without anyone knowing. But we all do that. Why do we all do that? I don't know. I'm not saying we should be signaling it. Yep, I'm gonna take a big old dump. That's what I'm doing here. That's my role here. My role is to just be as ostentatious as possible to make it easier on the rest of everybody. At least so in my grandiose delusional brain. And but in reality, it should be a casual thing. We all poop. It happens, and then it doesn't, and then a little later in the day it happens again, and then it doesn't. And then a little later it happens again, But we all poop. If you think your shit don't stink, we all poop. If you're feeling shame about something and I'm not as good as big, I got weird things inside because I don't really, we all poop. I feel you. We all poop. We all poop. And life's messy. Nothing grows in a straight line. Why would we think we do? And poop turns into crops. Manure into crops. All that fertilizers, poop. All those things growing things, poop. Pooping on the ground turns into flowers, turns into pollen, turns into honey, turns into nutrients, turns into more things living. Side note, a lot of bees are dying.
Oh, there's so many bees! Ow! Ow! Oh! Oh! Oh, douche! Can you let me in the other window? Oh, there's so many fucking bees, dude!
Like a fuck ton of bees. Like a whole ton of bees are dying because of the environment, pollution, climate change, all those things that some of you dumb fucks don't believe in because you don't listen to scientists who pursue truth for $45,000 a year. Instead, you'd rather listen to a politician and business people who make billions off of the same fact we destroy the environment. But I listen to the people who aren't making much money and pursuing truth and telling you it. But side note, all the bees are dying. Like a lot of bees are dying. Imagine one day we don't have bees. It's going to throw some shit off, but it's for another day. Yeah. The cycle of poop. It's a beautiful thing. So go watch Pooping on Politicians. It's fucking weird. It's real fucking weird. And I promise tomorrow I won't talk on politics because we're all going to need a break. But vote. You do got to vote. Vote and poop. You got to participate. That's the goddamn... It stinks because it's not fun, especially in today's environment. But that's the reason why the people... I won't call them bad guys. Nobody's bad. We're all humans with some human flaws, but they don't want you to vote because of how messy it is. They're trying to push you away from doing it so that you check out and they can uphold the status quo. But you gotta check in and vote. You gotta. And poop. Keep on pooping. Keep on pooping. Goldie.